Succulents are very easy houseplants for the beginner, but like anything else, it's important to get a few things right if you're going to succeed with them. The first and most important thing is to make sure that if you're having them indoors, you buy indoor plants, because you can get outdoor succulents, and depending where you live in the world, if it's warm, there may not be much of a distinction between them. Where we are, where we tend to get colder winters, if you leave some of the indoor ones outside, you'll lose them. Likewise, if you use outdoor ones indoors, they'll get leggy and drawn because it'll be too warm for them. The other thing is, I don't tend to mix cacti with succulents because they like slightly different conditions. Cacti can stand very hot and dry, whereas if you put succulents like these in a really sunny windowsill, they can actually get scorched. People tend to think that because they live in similar areas of the world, they have the same conditions, and it just isn't so. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to plant up a bowl that you could use as a table centre or simply as a display. Now, the crucial thing for succulents, rather like cacti, is that they don't like sitting in water. So good drainage is crucial. And if you're using a container like this with no holes in the bottom, it's very important to have a layer of gravel down in the base so that if there is any excess water, it will go down there away from the roots of the plant. Now, as a backup, I've got some compost here. It's free draining. It already has grit in it, but I'm going to add some more. That way, I know this is going to be very free draining. So I'm just going to mix a little bit of grit through there, just to increase the drainage. Then I'm going to add this to the bowl up to about half full. There we are. Now that's going to let me position the plants inside. Now because this will be viewed from one side, I've actually got one larger plant and 4 small. So I'm going to take the first plant, and remember, always take the pot off the plant, never pull the plant out of the pot. And I'm going to position that towards the back, there. Now, the level of the compost, the old compost, should be about level with the top of the bowl. It will settle slightly. Now, I'm going to take these others and I'm just going to position them and find out where I like them best before I actually commit to myself. You'll see I've used different colours and slightly different leaf shapes, but they all have a very similar growth habit. That way one isn't going to overwhelm the others. I'm going to allow a little bit of room for this back one because that one is bigger and it will get bigger quickly. So there we are. I just need some more compost. Some more grit. There we are, and then I can start filling in around the plants. Now make sure that you go all the way around the old root ball of the plant. That's where the roots were inside the pot. Lift the leaves out of the way gently. Just fill in around them. You don't have to worry about pressing the compost down. It will settle when you water it. And that's the other thing about these. They like to have regular water, but never sit in water. So it's a good idea to let them dry out slightly in between waterings. And that way you know they're not going to get soggy. There we are, and you can firm them down just ever so slightly to settle them. But the main way that they're going to settle is by me watering them once I've finished. Now then, that's my bowl. That was very quick and easy, but it looks a bit boring. Well, now the rest of it's up to you because it's entirely personal. You can use decorative grit. You can use shiny glass beads. You can cover the top with whatever you like. I'm going to use gravel because it mimics the area where they would grow. And you simply need to apply a covering of gravel all the way over the surface. You can do this using a spoon if you don't want to get your fingers in between the plants. The other thing about this is that they like a lot of light, and if you use a light coloured gravel like this one, it reflects light up at them. Now I'm going to carry on doing that until I've been all the way round, and then I'm going to give it a very good watering just to settle the plants in. After that, they probably won't need checking again for another 2 to 3 weeks, even less in winter. In winter, no plant goes truly dormant, but their growth does slow right down, so they don't need anything much. They just need checking every few weeks to make sure they're not dry. If you notice any leaves shriveling on them, then it can be a sign that they're not quite getting enough water. But in all honesty, this leaf fell off that one just now. Old leaves do shrivel up and fall off. That's nothing to worry about. It's just like any other plant. When it's finished with its leaves and it's got new ones coming, it gets rid of the old ones because they simply don't work as well. So there we are. There's my bowl. I am going to water that, and then I'm going to add a couple of these chaps because there's nothing quite like suddenly seeing a lizard in an arrangement for starting a conversation. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel and click the like button below. It helps us know you're out there. Thank you.